Thank you, Maytawee. It's been a real pleasure reconnecting with you. And we set our work up a couple of years ago without realizing where we'd be going. But you came back at the right time as I'm taking the Ajna Light out into the world. And it's been wonderful for me how many people have come and are bringing their unique gifts. And I'd also like to thank everyone who watches this video for taking the time and understanding what we're doing.
It's very special, and I have the honor of working with Guy and bringing it to Canada and America and coming back to Thailand on a regular basis to deepen just the heart consciousness and share this back with our community in the West. So we're going to do a series of videos that are questions that are asked from others and seem to come up, and this might answer questions for people, as well as also experiences and going deeper into it. So as we go through the series, we can have that. I think the first one that is coming up is maybe you can explain what the Ajna Light is.
Okay. The Ashna Light is a device, it's called a photonic device, obviously just meaning it uses light. And it does a couple of things. One is brainwave entrainment, and the second is activates a process in a part of the brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. So that's in the hypothalamus, but it's a very interesting and ancient part of the brain. It has a number of functions. One is just on a simple level to regulate our 24-hour clock. But if you imagine we evolved for many years with this mechanism for telling night and day, and it allowed us to, as we were evolving, frogs, for example, in their skin cells, they have this mechanism, allowed us to connect to the rhythm of life. So we're just investigating exactly how the Ajna Light works, but on a simple level, it's using flickering lights, which definitely entrain brain waves and change consciousness and activates the pineal. So this we've already tested and had positive results. We're doing more testing both at the Tesla Institute in Bangkok and at Chiang Mai University in the Philosophy and Religion Department under Dr. Chris Fisher. So we know from seeing people's reactions that it allows people to connect to a very deep part of their core being, which is our light consciousness.
So, I like to see it as a little golden box, Being a visual, I see this just sweet, gentle offering that helps support us to balance and maybe some of the attributes. Maybe you can just label a few attributes that you've come aware of in your testing.
Okay, so the number one thing is it works directly on our body, on the physiology. So even people who say, I can never meditate, I can't sit still for 2 minutes, when they're lying down under the Ajna Light, their body relaxes. The monkey mind may still be going, and that's totally fine. But they say, now I can sleep well, or I feel like I've had a power nap. This is actually very common, the power nap thing I've had with people who are high achievers in the business world, very active and switched on. 10 minutes and they feel, wow, I'm really recharged. Because it takes the body out of that normal high stress mode and it works directly at that level. And that's one level. The second level is a meditative experience which can be based on sacred geometry, which is a whole psychedelic visual system that people get connected into, which seems to be part of shamanism from many millions of years ago, working with psilocybin and other natural plants, ayahuasca. That's, mandalas, all the sacred traditions include this kind of visual. There's another level which I'm discovering which is very interesting. It's like almost like the ego is entertained first of all. We see all the colours and wow, I'm on a great trip and I did LSD without the acid. You know, it's like that's why I call it LST, light self therapy. But that's almost to give the ego permission to let go and allow us to go deeper into meditation. Because the really common next step is that people say, wow, I don't see any colours, I see all this black and white stuff. It's like a Taoist reality, like the yin-yang, which must be some level of consciousness that is deeper that the Taoists were very aware of. Beyond that, there's an experience which again is extremely common. People will see a white hole, or sometimes it's black, but it's generally in the centre of their field of view. And it expands and it's drawing them naturally into it. And that's the tunnel of death that people experience in near death experiences when they come back. It's spirit going out into its natural state, which you could call the dream time or the bardo, the death state, which is a blissful, joyful state. And once people learn how to, if you like, surf through that, then many experiences of talking to guides, family members who've died,
angels,
all sorts of beautiful beings.
I had that experience last time. It was very profound for me, and very tender as well, even though it was really powerful. And what I am noticing is it's a very unique experience too to the individual. So some of the points you were just making seems to happen to some of us, which is lovely and safe too. There's no danger there, but it is personal, and this is what I love about it, is that we get to have this personal, unique experience that is yours, it's no one else's, and the light helps you kind of ride that together in your own rhythm and way. So I think that's a really good start for understanding, and maybe we'll talk again about some other points.